Hey guys, it's JanscrazyLife. So I have a video before where I show how I make my own envelopes without a punch. I do have a punch, but I've never opened it because partially it takes a couple seconds to fold it, and I think it's kind of easier. And so the gist of it is you can make, see this little bitty one? You can make them any size you want based on a square. So say for instance, this is a 2x2. So this 2x2 makes this. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be 2x2. It can be 1.5 by 1.5 or 1.25 by 1.25 or 2 and so on and so on. But I just want to show you how I make my own envelopes. And I had another video, but I'm going to update it with this one because I think the other one was, I'm going to make it super simple. So here are the ones that I've made. So this is a 2x2. This is a 3x3, and this is a 4x4, and that is the paper with it beside it, and I'm going to go through each one of them. So let me move these out of the way, and I'm going to start with this big one because you can kind of get the gist. So this is an 8x8 piece of paper, so I am literally folding it, and I'm going to do it to where, so you can choose, like let me show you this. So this is all the same paper, but by folding it here, it has the paper on the outside that's really pretty, and I mill stuff in any kind of paper because I think it's pretty to have like colored envelopes, but you can also put the color on the inside where it's white on the outside if you have paper that's not double-sided, and you can do this with cardstock, paper, anything, it doesn't matter. And then when they open it up, it has like the little peekaboo of the paper, so it just depends on how you want to do it. On this one, I'm going to put the color on the inside. So all you do is take the paper and you fold it over to where it matches, and I think that this point is just to get lines. So see how I have lines? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and like edge up my lines so you, for the camera reasons, so you can see them when I unfold it. And I'm just using some gilding wax because that's what I have beside me at the moment because I was working on something else. All right, so I hope that shows it. Okay, so you can kind of see, maybe it's outside, but the line a little better. I maybe should have got, all right, let's try this because this might work better. And I don't have my spongy, but we're gonna make this green. The green will help. Okay. And I probably should have had the lines. Okay, so I just folded it on its side. Okay, so next, I'm gonna open it back up and I'm gonna fold it the opposite way. All right, and by folding it the opposite way, you're getting lines the opposite. So see, there's lines here and lines here, and I'm gonna just green this up a little bit so you can see it better on the camera. All right, so now at this point, you have lines on both sides, and hopefully the camera's picking up. Well, it looks way better than without it. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to meet and you can eyeball this or you can measure it. So here's the center. So I always go about a ½ inch to an inch away, and then I flip it over on the other side and I just eyeball this. So you can actually measure the distance. You could take a ruler and measure it, but I've done this so many times that I always eyeball it. And you're just gonna fold those two down. So just like that. And then this bottom piece, and you can always look at the fabric, like if you have a certain fabric where it has like writing and you want the writing to go over, you can make sure that's your top piece. Well, since this is all the same, it doesn't matter. So I am literally meeting this point with this line up here. And this is eyeballing it too. So you just want to make sure that it comes over. And I am just eyeballing that, but let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing a little better. So see that little line? I'm making sure the point touches the line so that it's straight. And I'm folding that down. And then on the top part, I'm going to do the same thing. So that just makes sure it's straight because it could get off. So I am literally taking that point, and folding it over. Now you can get fancy with this and you can like corner round it, corner around this, or you can keep it square. But for me, I am just going to leave it. This is the bottom, so the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this top piece over. And I use art glitter glue, and I got this little thing, but you can use whatever glue. You just want a fast drying glue. So I am using art glitter glue, and there we go. And I got it off of Amazon if people want to know. I know Mamie Made It has it too. So that is your bottom. So what you want to do on this part is you want to make sure that you don't put glue close to the edge, because if you put glue close to the edge, it can cause your envelope to stay still because it'll leak over and when you press it. You want to make sure to get this corner really well. Hold on, this corner really well, because that is the part. And so I just kind of leave a little gap over and then just put that down. And then on this side, I am going to do the same thing. And then there's your envelope. And you can, again, make this whatever size you want. You could round it, but that's the gist. So I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit, and then I'm gonna work on the smaller ones. So that was an 8x8. Let's do, this one is so this 2x2, 3x3, this is the 4x4. And so again, this time I'm not gonna show the lines. So again, we're going to line this up. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And then, or whatever day you're watching this. And then line it up that way. And that way you can have these little cute, adorable envelopes. So I am going to eyeball it again. This way. Flip it over. Eyeball it again. This way. So then I'm going to take the bottom piece and line it up with the line. And I know y'all can't see the line because of but I'm just lining it up with that same line. And then I'm flipping it over and lining it up with that same line. And it's so easy. Like I said, no tools required besides glue and paper. Probably some scissors or cutting. So yeah, there is a couple, but basic tools. And then I'm just gonna glue this piece down. I mean, you don't necessarily have to glue that piece down, but I just think it makes it have a cleaner. And then glue here and here. And then there is your 4x4 envelope. So now I'm gonna do, and I'm just doing it repetitively so you guys can get the gist of it. So now I'm gonna do the 3x3. Fold it in half, and it's not rocket science. It doesn't have to be perfect, just basic. And then fold that in half again. And then we're going to fold that part, fold that part, and then fold over. I'm like all thumbs today. That part, and then open it up. And again, this is just so the lines are just basically so you have a straight, when you fold it over, it's kind of straight. So I'm going to take this little bitty edge, and it gets a little tricky the littler it gets, but it's all the same. Ooh, wait, let me make sure that's straight. It's all the same concept though. And then just glue here, and then we're going to glue. And remember, try not to get too close to the edge or your envelope will glue down. And glue here. And there is your little envelope for a 3x3. And then let's do 2x2. So this is, the rest of it was paper, and it was the same paper. This is cardstock, so it's a little harder to fold, but it all works out the same. So I am folding it in half. I've made them with every kind of paper you can imagine, to vellum to glassine, doesn't matter, it's all the same concept. So now I'm just going to eyeball, and then of course cardstock is a little harder to fold than regular paper, and then it can be printer paper, it can be notebook paper, you can use any kind of paper you want. So that part is done, and I'm trying to see, I think this one is a little folded more. Let me, because that's gonna, my OCD, okay. And then, all right, so then we're going to fold the bottom piece up to the line. And I probably shouldn't have used cardstock for the littlest one, but I wanted you guys to see that you could use any paper. So this one goes, that's the line, so I'm just trying to fold it straight. There we go. And then this little bitty, like this little envelope, the reason why I fold this over is because when someone's pulling something out, it just makes it a little easier to, oh, let me fold this first. Just to meet the line, put a little glue. Don't need a lot. If y'all do get this art glitter glue, a little goes a long way. And then put a little glue here, a little glue here, and there you go. There is your 2x2 miniature envelope. And again, you could round it, you can, it's so cute, isn't it? And then I sent some of these to someone, and I just basically measured how big the inside and put some little paper in it, which is so cute. If you subscribe if you haven't already, because the best is yet to come. If you guys have any questions, like if I left anything out or you don't understand, just let me know in the comment section below. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this tiny envelopes. Bye, guys.